One of my customers at a hotel wisely signed up for our maintenance service, and I wanted to do a quick video to show you what a maintenance service looks like on a booster package. This is a 3-pump system, and one pump keeps up with normal demand, so I'm able to turn one pump off at a time and do service on each pump one at a time without them losing their water pressure. So I give it a quick dusting, the VFD a dust, and then I take the cover off. I want to make it to tomorrow, so I use my voltage meter and a power detector to verify that power's off. Alright, once that's done, I get my pliers and give each cable a tug just to make sure it's securely fastened. That all looks good. Now the green plugs right there can come loose sometimes, so I want to make sure those are plugged in nice and straight. Get some compressed air, go off any dust that might have got in there, and then I give it a quick spray with the electronics cleaner. Put that cover back on. Now underneath here you'll see the heat sinks. These are fins that draw heat from the capacitors and the circuit boards to keep the overall VFD cool. This compact version of VFD uses the motor fan to keep cool. And here's a quick look at a more traditional VFD. You can see there's a little more exposure to the circuit board, and it has its own fan to blow across the heat sink. Now I open the motor junction box. Take a look at those wires. But first you want to close one of the ISO valves. That way water's not flowing through the system, turning the pump shaft and generating some power where you could get a little shock. So take the wires, make sure they're in there good. Each one, look for any melting. A lot of the times you'll see wire nuts on there. Check the ground, make sure that's tight. Make sure your motor cover has that little cork gasket on there. So we're going to take the coupling guard off and inspect the coupling. Now the coupling is the piece that holds the pump shaft and the motor shaft together so the pump can spin as needed. You want to make sure there's a gap so that blue coupling piece isn't rubbing against the surface. And then check between the two pieces of coupling and make sure that that gap there is the same at the top and the bottom. Check both sides. Make sure it spins fairly free. About a 1/4 inch gap at the bottom there. The coupling guard back on. Open the ISO valve so water can flow. Turn pump 3 back on. Now it's good to go. Now we're going to do the same service on the other 2 pumps. We also check incoming power to make sure it's within its rated voltage. So within 10%, then we'll check phase to ground and make sure they're within 10% of each other as well. I like to pull out the thermal imager, look for any hot spots inside the panel that could indicate a loose connection or a failing or arcing piece of equipment in there that could eventually melt and cause a failure. So that's a good thing to check as well. If we didn't do it at startup, then we'll do it here at maintenance. We'll check the full load amperage of your booster package and make sure that the breaker that's feeding your package system is rated for higher than that. And I also like to put a thermal image on there, make sure there's no hot spots there as well. After that, I'm going to take the vibration meter and put it on the motor and just check at different angles if it's within tolerance. This is a great way to detect early bearing failure or misalignment or impeller imbalance. Normally grease the motor bearings, but this is a non-serviceable motor.